We're going to do a mod tutorial of everything that we've got. So I hope everybody jumps in and enjoys yourself. At the very end, we're going to do a $25 giveaway because why not? One of the main reasons that I wanted to, well, we've done a lot of giveaways in the guild, but I thought today would be a little bit special because I'm not really much for streaming and all that kind of stuff, but I've had a lot of fun with it doing the Let's Play and all that other good stuff. And we started our, we became a Twitch affiliate today, and now we're starting the path. So whatever that means. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. Either way, going to try to have a little bit of fun with it. And I did the dreadful ping. I pinged everybody on Discord. So hopefully we don't have too many people upset with us. So we'll find that out. I know I hate getting pinged unless it's something important. But if somebody's giving away $25, then I want to know about it. I want to know about it. I want to be there. Especially if it's just going to be random as crap. And I get the opportunity to learn a little bit about what mods the server has. I'm totally cool with that. We'll let everybody get in here because I don't want anybody to come in and be like, oh man, I missed it, yada yada yada. So we're not gonna rush the video like I normally do. So we're just gonna do what we normally do. We're just gonna hang out and chill. I'm gonna go over the mods. I'm gonna pay very close attention to chat. So as you guys have questions about these mods, then I'll try to do my very best to go in and explain what mods do what. There's a lot. There's a lot of mods that we've got. And, well, we'll go over them. I haven't, there, and the other thing is, and I'll try to mention this several times, 7 Days to Die has a great modding community. There's a lot of mods that, yes, I did myself, but I didn't do them myself because I just pulled it out of thin air. I did it because I followed the beautiful work that somebody else has done. I'll also say number two, there's awesome coders out there that have done, or modders that have done a lot of mods that we use today, and I don't think I can recall every single one of their names, but there's some amazing people out there. Like there's a server called the Grindhouse. Zombie Hunter is the top dog over there, and a lot of these mods that we use and stuff is things that we've talked about. And then there's other servers that used to be top dog that don't really get into it quite as much anymore, and we use some of their mods. But a lot of it is a culmination of all of those ideas, and I'm going to do a stream later where I'm going to go through how to create a mod. Recently, I didn't stream on Twitch, but I did it in Discord. And the Discord stream was just about how we get the mods done. And if you guys want to keep up with everything that we do is in Discord. We don't really play around. So, alright, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull from the creative menu some of the modified items and mods that we've done. Obviously, you see on the screen, the screen's modified. Matter of fact, this element right here, where you see the basic commands, world teleports, personal teleports, VIP commands, all that good stuff, is a mod that another owner, or another server owner made, and so he posted it for all of the other servers to use. Super great guy. And as far as I'm concerned, any mods that I've got, if the leadership or the modding community ever wanted to get some of the mods that we got, I'll gladly help them out. But we've got a couple diamond things to talk about. Looks like diamond's going to be the first thing on the list. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the diamond pickaxe, the diamond shovel, and the diamond fire axe. We're going to be talking about the master builder. We're going to be talking about the pallet machine, which is probably my favorite, one of my favorites. We're going to talk about the wine station and all of those buffs that come with it. We're going to be talking about the Decobench, which anybody that's played this game, by this point, you should have already interacted with the Decobench. That's the basis of all things. We made a big old list of working items, so we're going to talk about the working bird bath. Lots of players don't even know it exists. We're going to talk about the working oven, the working faucet. You guys are absolutely going to love that. We're going to talk about working lights, but I'm just going to use the ceiling fan as an example. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the Stinger, which is our current legendary weapon. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And mods. The mods are really what is the big thing on the table. So we're going to talk about, let's see, that's the melee shocker mod right there. This one is the ranged shocker. Firebomb. We're going to talk about the ranged deep freeze, the ranged venom. We're going to talk about the vampire HP regen, the juggernaut health armor, bone breaker buff resistance, stealth armor mod, Van Helsing, which is my favorite, and I think that we're going to be doing a buff for the Van Helsing, so that's going to be really cool. We're going to use the melee decapitator. We're going to use the melee within reach, extended use, and the stay down mod. We're going to talk about all of those. And my favorite that most people don't know about, the Auger chainsaw silencer. How many of you guys knew that we had an Auger chainsaw silencer? Bet nobody even had a clue. So we're going to talk about all of it. So first and foremost, my character is level 68 because I just got through with a let's play through the hardest version on Excel, so I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But we're gonna cover the basics of our mods. So rule number 1, you don't have to have any perks to use our mods. Don't have to have any perks to use our mods. Now we're gonna kind of do a little bit, yeah, it does exactly what it sounds like it does. We're going to do a comparison, so I'm going to go get a regular pick. I'm going to go get a regular shovel and a regular axe. So let's just go get a regular shovel, a regular axe. Now, these things are very deceiving. And so here's the trick, right? If you click on the pick, it's only going to do 147 damage. Where you click on this one at 74, if you get a really good level 6, it's actually higher than the diamond pickaxe. But what you don't know is its performance. So I'm going to grab the steel pickaxe and I'm going to grab the diamond pickaxe, and we're going to talk about performance. Matter of fact, I am fixing to just go ahead and clear us a little area for the demonstration. Probably could have used the shovel to get us this far, but we're just going to keep on rocking with it. So for those that are just joining, I'm going to bring up real quick, a lot of the mods that we use are really attributed to the modding community. 7 Days to Die has a wonderful modding community, and a lot of the little ideas that we have on our server are a culmination of ideas that are, put out there in the past. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we just did on our own, but I'm not going to sit up here on some kind of pedestal and take credit for years worth of work from the modding community. There's a lot of things that I just did not do that the modding community did. Now, what I'm fixing to show you about this diamond axe, that's all us, baby. So let's clear us a little spot. Ah, now we're getting to the bread and butter. You can hear that smashing. So here we go. So regular diamond axe. What I want you to notice is the speed. So That's not too bad. We'll break one more. Now, watch this. Now, if you compare time side by side, the diamond pickaxe is extremely dominant. Granted, you can get one that does more damage, but damage does not help you whenever you're looking at side by side and you need to clear out a large area. The diamond pickaxe that's an item for all players. Anybody can craft it. It's a little bit of a pain in the rear, but it's awesome. So, and just to show you the recipe, this little icon right here is the Decobench icon. And these diamond items require diamond, gold, forged steel, and wood. Now, here's your tip of the day. Since you've come and jumped on stream and you're hanging out with me right now, here's your tip of the day. Anytime you see a hole, look in it. Because a lot of people do buried treasure quests, and those things reset. So you can just open it up and pull diamonds all day long. I can go play one day and have diamonds coming out of my ears. The Decobench is not difficult to craft, and getting diamond tools is not difficult either. I could probably do both by the time I hit level 20. Now, that sounds really OP. Well, the average player ain't going to figure that out. So, there's your balance. The balancing aspect is average Joe's not going to figure it out. Now, as far as the other diamond tools, as a comparison, they all operate the same way. So, let's grab the fire axe and the regular axe, and let's see if we can go find some wood. So, and it's really hard to compare these because they're not side by side. Actually, you know what we can do? We can just plant our own doggone trees for this little demonstration. So let's... Oh, that's right. I can't put that here, can I? Am I close to a decent region where I can? Let's see if we can go place it over here. And that looks like a bunch of nope. Well, we're in a little bit better of a spot. So here we go. We'll use these two trees. I ain't even trying to mess with the zombies right now. Oh my goodness, my gun is terrible. Alright, so side by side, regular steel axe. Yes, it's a lower level steel axe, so it's going to look even worse, but I just grabbed it at random. So there's that. Now let's see the diamond steel axe. So, a lot faster. And the idea was so that players didn't have to swing themselves to death. So that's pretty much all your diamond stuff right there in a nutshell. Now we're going to talk about the Master Builder. I'm going to grab rebar, and we're going to use some cement mix, concrete mix, whatever. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a side-by-side comparison. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a bunch of rebar, and then what we're going to do is we're going to shoot it down through normal mix. Whoa, God. Yeah, I know I'm on the Excel server. I get it. We're going to do a little bit of a side-by-side. So I'm just going to build a little 3-level spot with rebar. And we're going to compare the Master Builder, which it's a must. I'm going to spend a lot of time getting wrecked on this server, by the way. So just go ahead and be ready. The Excel server's got a good bit more zombies. They're a good bit harder. So probably going to have to deal with some zombie junk as we go. But that's fine. So what we're doing right now is I want to compare. I'm going to compare the Nailgun to the Master Builder. So the idea of the Master Builder is simple. It's a nailgun on steroids, the way that nailgun's meant to be. So I'm going to knock out. Actually, I'm going to knock out this one with a regular gun. So you can hear it tick, 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 tick. And there's a dog, so we're just going to keep going. So it takes forever to get this done. It's going to take even longer with the zombies. So it's really slow. And that was like the biggest complaint whenever we changed and upgraded versions of the game. Now, let's talk about the Master Builder. Be sure that you're paying attention. Here we go. That's it. So the Master Builder is significantly faster. It's significantly faster. So now here's the next step. Hey, thank you for the sub. Wow, okay. Thank you very much. So this Master Builder is diamonds, gold, steel. It's the same thing as the other diamond tools. It's a diamond level in-game tool. It's what you want. This the Master Builder is not difficult to craft. It's also found in the Decobench. So let's go ahead and drop some of this junk out, and I know the majority of you guys are here to see the weapon mods. We're going to go over them as well. Let me get rid of the other junk. And hey, cool deal. Thank you for the sub. Alright, so the Pallet Machine is my favorite thing in the entire world, and I'm about to show you why. So when we came up with the Pallet Machine, it was before this bundling function came out. Then the pimps did bundling, and that's just brilliant. You can mine all day long and bundle what you have in your inventory, so that way you don't have to constantly go back and forth to your base. Prior to that, we had the Pallet Machine. Other servers did other things. Pallet Machine was the way I wanted to get it done. So the idea of the Pallet Machine is I can take concrete mix and craft 10,000 concrete mix into one pallet. It takes me 9 seconds. When I'm done, I can click it and unpack that 10,000 concrete mix. Watch this. Click, open. It's that easy. The Pallet Machine is the best thing in the world. So let's do a little bit of math. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my little handy dandy calculator. If 10,000 materials make one pallet, and I allow pallets to stack to 6,000, you guys can have 60 million concrete mix in one inventory slot. You can have 60 million dukes in one inventory slot. You can have 60 million of all palatable items in one inventory slot. And look at this list: wood, stone, sand, nitrate, lead, iron, gas, duke casino tokens, coal, clay, concrete. It's literally, this is the best. Everybody needs this tool. It's amazing. And we changed it. The admins recommended that it can be broke down in your inventory. So we changed it. You don't have to use the Pallet Machine to break it down anymore. You can do it in your inventory. So that's my favorite one. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do, because anytime I'm playing the game, that's one of the first ones I got to get. And the Pallet Machine, watch this. The Pallet Machine is made... where's it at? Pallet Machine. It's got the Decobench icon, the nuts and bolts. 6,000 clay, 6,000 stone, 6,000 lead, and 500 forged steel. The 500 forged steel is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you, but the lead, small stone, and clay soil, not at all. And I don't even know what... Okay, the music we're listening to is called Hawaiian Weekend. That sounds wonderful. Oh, there's 5 different versions of it. Okay. I don't know. Somehow or another, we got off of my playlist onto Hawaiian Weekend. So, we're turning it into an infomercial. Alright, we're going to go with something a little bit different. Alright, so now that we're done with our infomercial portion, we're going to look at doing the next bench. The Decobench has been the staple of TheWalkingZed, Primal Rage Gaming ever since we started doing this. In the very beginning, we made the Decobench just because there's so many items, decorations-wise, that the players wanted to have that just wasn't available unless you write a recipe for it. So as opposed to piling it all in like a saw table, we decided we're just going to make a Decobench. Then one day I was walking through a factory and seen this golden gem right here, and I said, you know what, we're going to put it there. The Decobench is a little bit of a challenge to build. I mean, after all, you wouldn't want it to be too easy, now would you? Crafted at a workbench. It uses forged iron, steel, raw diamonds, and gold nuggets. 2 diamonds, 2 gold nuggets. A level 5 player can pull that off. Maybe not the forged steel, maybe not the forged iron, but raw diamond, gold nuggets. Back, and I'll mention again, the tip of the day is if you see a hole, don't fall, don't avoid falling in it. Look in it. Look in the hole, because if you find a stash, and I'm fixing to give you a better tip than that. If you find a buried stash, all you gotta do is just open it up, take the diamonds and gold out of it. Now, I'm gonna take it one step further. If you find a stash location, stop what you're doing and look all around it. Look everywhere around it, because these stash locations tend to be piled up. I was showing on stream whenever I was doing the Let's Play, I went and found, I think, 6 stashes in one spot one time and just loaded my inventory down. So there's your tip of the day. We've got a couple more people that joined, so my preface for this is I'm showing off all the mods that we got. Not all of these mods are things that I made or our team has made ourselves. We're standing on the shoulders of giants, folks. 7 Days to Die has amazing modders, and all we've done is taken some of their ideas and changed them, improved them, modified them, or whatever. Decobench, that's something that we did totally ourselves. The idea of making where players could get decoration items out of one bench, that's something that was just a demand by the players. But there's other things like this graphical user interface, the UI that you see down on the tool belt. That is not something that we did. I think his name is Stedman420. He can be found on the forums. He's the one that did that, user interface. So we don't claim that we've done it all, but a lot of the things that you guys are going to see are things that me and my team have put together over the last couple of months. Actually, a year and a half that we've been doing this. All right, so Decobench. This is one of the first things that you need to get. It's packed with all kind of good stuff. Notice our diamond tools are in the Decobench. Trash cans, dyes. Now we've got a dye station coming in the next mod, so the game on dye is going to change. Basically, you can craft paint into dye. You can craft dye into paint. You can craft dye into bundles. So it's going to be really cool. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, we got a lot of crazy stuff, and I think maybe towards the end of this, I may take you guys to go see the new PRG bench. The idea of the PRG bench is when a player starts the game, they're given a bench at the very beginning, and that bench will craft every bench that we make in the future. If we decide to craft or make or write 50 benches, there'll be one bench that that you need to be able to craft all the others. It'll make a little less confusion, because if you tell the player right now that they have to have a deco bench to make a weapon station, it's a little bit confusing. So we want to try to limit that confusion. Alright, so what are some cool things that we can make? A working bird bath planter. It uses a lot of concrete. But why would we care? Watch this. So let's say that we want aloe vera plant on top of the bird bath planter. So there was a bunch of ladies that got together and they said, we want a working bird bath planter where we can have azaleas out in front of our house. And then I had a conversation with Zombie Hunter. He's like the top dude over at Grindhouse. He's a totally awesome guy. If you ever get a chance to meet him, show him a lot of respect. He's a great guy. Anyways, so I talked to him a little bit about it, and he kind of told me how to do it. So we made the working bird bath planter. Now, the second thing is, if you make a ton of concrete, you could literally replace all of your farm plots with this little bad boy right here. It does do it all. So if we want to take our seed out, and let's say that we wanted to place an azalea, which this is probably going to look raunchy. I bet this don't look good at all. For real, it looks great. Let me get this seed out of my inventory. There we go. That looks great. Well, congratulations. Everybody's going to have bird bath planters with azaleas at their house, because the girls requested that the azalea gets put in the bench. So, and that's Kanya from our guild. She's totally awesome. Been around for a really long time. She said, I want the azaleas. I want to put the azalea and a working bird bath bench, so let's do it. So we did. I mean, it was it's pretty dope. Now, it would take us all day to go over 50 million things, but we'll just bring up a couple of points. Number one, you can craft a beaker in the Decobench. So the days of struggling over I can't find a beaker, I put it in there with 20 acid. Now, the next thing somebody's going to say is, well, how do I get 20 acid? You go to an apartment complex and raid all the sinks. It's easy to get acid. Acid is a joke. Let's see, we got candles, we got chandeliers, charcoal grills, coffee makers for those of you that have to have a coffee maker in your house, all kind of dyes. Now, our development leader is the Reaper, and he added a couple of extra dyes in here. So you might see some weird named dyes. That's all him. He did a really good job. One of our former modders and him got together, and another former modder got together and kind of put these in there for us. It's just totally awesome. Well, let's see what else we got. I see the master builder right here. So we've got I gotta have a coffee maker at my place as well. My little tiny house can't handle it. We got the stoves, keyboards, monitors, all that good stuff. I'm just flipping through the Decobench real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next item. Looks like we put some clothes in here for you guys. The wood-burning stove, I'm going to tell you something really important. So you're going to keep an eye out on our next mod. The next mod, I think it's 3.8. The wood-burning stove is going to be called an industrial forge. And it is going to be a new kind of forge for you in-game guys. The craft of it is going to be ridiculously difficult, I'll go ahead and tell you now. You got to craft components, then you got to craft the item. And then whenever you want to make forged iron or forged steel, you put the material in there and it will spit it out in 1 second. There will not be these long crazy craft times that, stack up and cause lag. Maybe in the future we might see the industrial forge replace the forges in the game. Don't know about that just yet, but the idea is something that can produce very quickly, cause less lag on the server, let players craft larger volumes, but we have to keep it balanced. So keep in mind, when we do the industrial forge, the amount of materials that you would get is going to have to be proportional to the amount of time it costs. So if making a forged iron takes 10 to 15 seconds, whenever you craft one in this thing, you're going to have 10 to 15 extra seconds of gathering materials to get it done, because the materials to make it are going to be a lot higher. So just be keeping lookout for that one. That one's going to be a lot of fun. The weapon station, we're going to be talking about that in just a second. That's where we get all of our mods from. Let's see what else is in here. I know working lights. There's the zombie shirt and the helmet. And that's kind of it for the Decobench. Let's grab a weapon station, because we're going to go ahead and go into the weapon mods. So, the weapon station looks like the Decobench, but if you pay attention, they're a little bit different. The weapon station, recently we made an auger and chainsaw silencer. So we'll go ahead and get some of this other junk out of our inventory and get ready to show off the auger and chainsaw silencer. A good friend of ours from Great Britain wanted to have something that would make that chainsaw or that auger a little bit quieter, because it was driving him nuts. So we said we would oblige. So let's get an auger. Oh, I can't spell? Alright, there we go. We're going to grab an auger, and we're going to grab some gas, and then we're going to talk about it. So watch this. I'm going to go pause the music because I want you to notice. So here we go. This is just the regular auger. It can be a little loud and annoying. Alright, so I'm sure everybody's used to that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to modify this bad boy and stick the mod in there. What do you hear? Background noise. Watch this. Yes, sir. Nice and quiet. You sick of hearing all that junk? It doesn't remove the heat. The zombies can still hear it just like normal. But it just doesn't pound through your head like the other one did. It's not a difficult mod to craft either. And you can go through plowing through all this stuff. No big deal. Listen to that. If you listen very carefully, you can hear a little bit of putt-putt from the auger, but that's it. That's it. Now I've got a room full of people that are gonna love this one. So that's it. Auger chainsaw silencer is just that easy. It's just this little bitty old thing. Now, where do you get one? Weapon station. Let's go talk about it. Weapon station. I threw it down right here so you guys could see. Alright, look, so it takes 5 silencers, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Don't let it blow your mind. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. 3 bottles of acid, mechanical parts, and forged steel. The rest of this stuff is really easy for you guys to get. All you got to do is just craft silencer mods. Silencer mod. Right there. And the craft of it's not that difficult. Steel, oil, mechanical parts, and scrap polymers. You only need to make 5 of them. So we're going to see a lot of those hit the market today. Alright, the next thing that we did was we decided that players go out and find tons and tons of ammo, then they break it down, and they find themselves in a situation where it's like, man, I'm just not really getting back what I want to get back. So check it out. 1 9mm ammo, 1 second craft, 2 brass. So I'm showing you right now a little trick for you to be able to take, convert, and get 2 brass instead of 1. So, just simple stuff. So, brass is awesome. Alright, let's talk about the bone breaker. Well, let's see. We'll stick with weapon mods first, then we'll go talk about all the good stuff. So at some point somebody's going to come around me and just start picking up all the junk I'm throwing on the ground. Maybe it'll be a while because I tried to pick a spot where maybe the players wouldn't find me. So we'll see. Alright, let's see. What else do we got? Stinger legendary rifle. I'm pretty sure it's crafted here. There it is. Now, the legendary rifle is a little bit more of a difficult craft. There's still acid, mechanical parts, gun parts. But let's go get some 7.62s real quick. This gun is potent. Now, first thing is, the pimps put a mesh in for the M4. So we took the mesh for the M4. We put it on an AK-47 stat sheet, and then we went to town making adjustments. So right now, this one in particular came out at 95 damage. There's a little bit of RNG, so keep in mind, you don't want to be crafting legendary weapons until you get your points up. But this gun does the business. Very simple. Now, once this thing's fully modded out, I think I seen one guy have his range damage around 165, if I'm not mistaken. So the Stinger can put out the damage. It can put out the damage. And then we did the core measurements between rounds per minute, damage, and kind of seeing where it lands at per minute spec. And yeah, the Stinger's dope. The Stinger is dope. I will show you one other weapon. It's called the Judgment. The Judgment starts out higher than the Stinger, and the Judgment is awarded during PvP events the last Sunday of the month, which is Purge Sunday. We do a 4-hour PvP event, so we can let our PvE guys get in a little PvP, and the PvP guys that have been stuck playing PvE all month get a chance to have a little bit of fun. The Judgment is given in 2 circumstances. One is for winning competitions, most kills, things like that. We gave out 2 or 3 the other day. Or long-term VIPs. A lot of folks have been VIP for God knows how long, and there are points where we will hand them out a Judgment rifle, because for the players that get the Judgment rifles, it's a permanent kind of thing. Alright, so that's our weapons. Now let's have a little bit of fun. So we talked about the diamond stuff. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. We brought up the Decobench. We did talk about the lights. So basically all we did was we put in a light. You can wire it up and turn it on. And there's a whole bunch of lights that you can turn on. If you look in the regular, not in the bench, but in the regular crafting list and type light, you're going to see a lot of things that say POI, which means that's not a light you normally can craft. And then you just go through the list, pick the lights you want to put it in your base, turn them on. It's really easy stuff. I'm going to hit two really easy ones real quick. The working oven, it's exactly what you think it is. It's an oven that works. It's simple. There's not a lot to it. It's just like a campfire. Now we're going to get some bottles. Let's see if we can find empty jar, I think is how it's listed. Yeah, empty glass jar. There we go. I'm going to show you guys about the working faucet. Lots of folks don't even have a clue. Now, the working faucet and the working oven, those two are not our mods. In Alpha 15, a guy wrote this mod. Oh! Alright, give me a second. I about had a heart attack because I got. The last thing I need to do is die on stream while I'm trying to show everybody how to work these mods. Alright, so the working faucet. Let me show you how easy this is. You walk up to the faucet. Actually, I'm going to split this in half because we're going to show it twice. You walk up to the faucet and you right click. That's it, ladies and gents. I got a 125 jars of murky water. All you got to do is make a faucet. If you don't have one in your house, you got to get one in your house. Look, here we go again. Another 125. Right click. Boom. It's just like you're standing at a water source. It's epic. Alright, so let me tell you about this one young guy that he built his base and he put faucets in every single room of his base hanging from the ceiling. Had to have it, had him hanging from the ceiling in every single room of his base. And he said, if I'm ever thirsty, I just need to hit the faucet. It doesn't matter what room I'm in. So the faucet and the working stove, these two are two items that work. I know that you guys will love it, and when I'm done with this stream, which I need to hurry up, we're already 38 minutes in. I wanted this to be less than 45 minutes. Oh yeah, you can do buckets with it. Ren brings up a good point. Let's grab a bucket. One thing you don't want to do is come empty-handed, right-click, and punch the crap out of it. Boom. Bucket of water. So yeah, it works great. It works great. The players love it. And so I want to make sure that the reason for this stream, and I'm going to post this stream everywhere. The reason for this stream is I want all of our players to know all of the cool stuff that they can do because we put a lot of time into it. And, you know, they need that love and respect. They need to be able to know what all we got. All right, so let's see. What are we going to do next? We'll go ahead and look at the wine station. Now, the wine station gets a lot of people heated, so before an argument breaks out, the wine station is difficult and it takes forever on purpose. The wine station gives you the opportunity to craft sugar and yeast. Sugar and yeast go together to make wine. Wine doesn't do nothing for you. Super speed wine does. Death removal wine does. I'll show you another little trick. I misspelt the word removal. There you go. Right there on stream. Look at it. Near death remove all wine. So total misspelling, and I have left that in there the entire time because I think it is absolutely hilarious that a grown man can't spell. Alright, so and then harvest buff 50% wine. It's exactly what you think it is. The harvest buff wine gives you a 50% buff while you're gathering. So now let's put it into perspective. I'm out gathering and I find a spot of diamond. I'm going to pop that harvest buff and I'm going to go to town getting that diamond. If I'm really low on a certain thing, then I'm going to go get it done. So sugar and yeast is what it takes to craft. So we're going to go ahead and grab out of the creative menu some sugar and some yeast. Alright, get ready because this is where the argument happens. Y'all ready? To make wine, I got to get water and blueberries. So I just had water. Well, it wasn't clean water. And blueberries. Oops. I don't even know what that was. A blueberry helper. Alright, so I'm going to craft. One wine takes me 1 minute and 48 seconds. So, here's where everybody has a heart attack. You have to have 10 to make this particular wine that takes 4 minutes to make. These things stack up. So, sugar takes 1 minute 48 to make. Wine takes 1 minute and 48 to make. Times 10 for harvest buff wine. So now we're at 10 times 1 minute 48. So now y'all are starting to see why it's a little bit aggravating. Well, let's take it one step further. Wine takes 15 sugar and 15 yeast. So minute 48 times 15 times 10. It's going to take you a long time to make this wine. Why? Near death removal that's strong. And super speed wine, I'm about to show y'all this. Let me make sure I ain't got nothing good on me. I don't have nothing good on me. Alright, super speed wine. Alright, so I'm going to chug along. We're going to go for a jog, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to demonstrate the super speed wine. Here we go. So, we're running along. Just looks like a normal player, but I'm a little quicker than a normal player, though. I got some good speed to me so far. I'm going to smash this wine. Now look at us go. Look at us go, baby. All players got the ability to get the Pegasus buff, is all this is. Just the Pegasus buff. It'll let you haul butt. 30 minutes. Look at the left side of my screen. And I know I'm probably moving too fast for the stream anyway. It probably looks like crap moving that fast. But does it stack with VIP gear? The answer to that is no. It does not stack with VIP gear. The boosts will negate one another. They will stop one another. They'll overwrite. But for the next 29 minutes, I can haul butt. So at night, before you go to bed, and call it a day on 7 Days to Die, you want to go ahead and put all your materials together to craft yourself one speed boost, so that way when you're going to go get to it, you can get to it. So that's the wine station. It's one of my favorites. Let's go ahead and drop all this junk. Alright, eventually we're going to have a thief. Well, not really a thief because it's public property. Now we're going to talk about the Melee Shocker mod. The Melee Shocker mod's about to blow your mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab a VIP sledgehammer for good use. And I'm going to throw this Shocker mod in here. And I'm about to show you what Thor looks like. So we're going to grab poor defenseless. Let's see. Let's get a good one. Joe. Joe didn't even realize he had it coming. Well, I can't one-shot him. We don't need to be one-shotting him if we're going to demonstrate. Alright, let's get the snow zombie. Yes, sir. You seen it right there. It locks him up. Puts some additional damage to him. Makes the melee life a little easier. So if you're melee, what it's doing in essence is it's giving them a little extra damage and giving you some space. So that way if you need to disengage your target, you can do that. Because they're stunned. So anyways, it's awesome. So that gives you the Melee Shocker mod. Now let's talk about the Ranged Shocker mod. Now once I show you this, it's all going to go out. So we're just going to go hit the VIP stuff. I'm going to grab out an AK-47. Now this, I'm going to do modify and slap the Ranged Shocker in there. Yeah, it's exactly what you guys think it is. It's a Thor. That's all it is. It's a Thor. Grab SMG, throw the Shocker mod in there. Boom, you got a Thor. You're not going to do as much damage as the Thor, but it's going to put you to where you go. Hey, thanks, Pain. But look, one thing I do want you to notice is that we shortened the lightning, the way that it looks. We shortened it down, the buff. The reason that we shortened it down is you still get the getaway time from the target. And there's a mine over here I'm going to die on. The idea is we don't want you guys to lag too much during Horde Night. Hey, General, what's going on? We don't want you to lag too much during Horde Night, so we made the Shocker to where its duration is a little shorter. Now, you can hammer down and just light them up and keep the Shocker going the whole time if you wanted to. So, we're going to pull that back out. The Ranged Firebomb. Yep, that's exactly what you think it is. Let's do it. The ranged firebomb, I'm gonna press F7. The ranged firebomb, we're gonna go ahead and grab 25 Did I just get hit by something? No? Okay. What it does, and I know it's a little loud right now, but what it does is it turns your bullets into Molotovs. That's what it does. Bullet conversion. It converts bullets into Molotovs, Molotovs into bodies, and bodies into XP. It's a conversion system. It's a conversion system, folks! Alright, we're gonna go ahead and kill all on this server and get this junk out of the way. Alright, so that's the one of my favorite ones right there. We talked about the ranged shocker. We talked about the ranged firebomb. Now let's talk about the ranged deep freeze. This one is not used by a lot of people, but they're missing out. So what this one does, and we're gonna stay over here and we're just gonna start using some I guess we're gonna use a white radiated. What the deep freeze mod does is, look at him. You ever shot a frostbite before? That avalanche buff that slows you down? That's what this one does. Makes your targets easy to deal with if you can hit them. You can hit them. You see them. Makes your targets easy to deal with. Also gives them the freezing debuff. Adds damage over time. This mod, after you get used to it, you got to play with it a little bit, but this mod is amazing. Now, this next one, we went through a really tough time trying to get the ranged venom mod to work. What we had it doing was making the target bleed out, gives them a virus. The target is suffering from virus, suffering from bleed, rapidly losing health. But if you've ever seen a zombie puke, it would shoot the puke out of their rear end. So it took us a little time to kind of get it sorted. We're going to use a soldier, a regular soldier, for this demonstration. Watch his rear end. He is bleeding out his rectum. Look. We got to get behind him to see it. Trying to see it. Watch his rectum, right? The cooldown triggered on me. But yeah, so basically what it does is it makes them bleed out of their rear end. Yeah, you can see it right there. Look. Oh, it's nasty. It is so nasty. It slaps them with venom, bleeding, and I think there's 2 other debuffs. You could shoot them with like 2 rounds and then run. They're gonna die. They're not gonna live very long. So that's the ranged venom mod that 90% of players are not using right now. But hey, to each its own. These aren't very easy to craft. Alright, so we're gonna talk about the melee real quick. So we're going to go ahead and grab the bloodletter. So with melee, you got a couple options. There's the decapitator mod that does exactly what it sounds like. It's got a very high crit rate, and it will decap the crap out of a zombie. Then there's melee within reach mod. This one, for the people that like to get better range on their targets, it increases your range by a pretty decent little bit. External use or extended use ranged mod goes up here with the ranged ones. I'm not really going to go over that one that much. All it does is raise the durability of your weapon. If you're sick of repairing all the time, that right there, that mod is extremely valuable. And then the shotgun stay down mod, we'll talk about that one in a minute, because that one is probably one of the most potent mods that we've got in the arsenal. So we're just going to throw the decapitator on. We're going to have fun for just a second, and then we're going to jump back to it, and then we're going to wrap this up and do the $25 giveaway. So, Snow Zombie, I'm not level nothing. I don't have high skills, but I'll crit him every time I hit him with that mod on. You can't really tell how much damage I just did to him because I don't have damage bars, but I'm literally doubling down on the damage I'm doing to this target. Now, if I was spec'd into melee, which I'm not, if I was spec'd into melee, then I would have just absolutely wrecked him right out the gate. But I'm not. I'm not spec'd into melee. Well, there we go. Now the decapitator's standing up to his name. You notice that she didn't even squirt out her neck like she's supposed to? Very weird. Alright, then the within reach mod, all it does is extend your range. So I'm not going to go really too far into that one. I think it's 6 blocks total. So I mean, it's a big difference. Now we're going to talk about the stay down mod, and then I'm going to tell you guys about the armor. Armor is what people have the most difficult time with. The shotgun, not so much. So we'll just go right off onto the shotgun, and then I'll go into great detail on the armors. So the stay down mod does this. Whatever target you hit, plus all the targets around it within a 2-block radius, a 2-block square, buckle. They go down. So if you have a nice little 25 stacks of snow zombies, if you hit one guy, they're all going to go down. However, if they're spread out, that's not going to be the case. So if I pop this guy right here on the end, notice it's only 2 blocks. It lets the others go. So it's wonderful. It's definitely a great little retreat mechanism, but if they're too spread out, look at that. If they're too spread out, you could end up in trouble. So yeah, it's OP, but the thing that the shotgun lacks is being able to have some crowd control. So we put the knockdown or stay down mod in to give folks the opportunity to have a little bit of crowd control. Now, all of the weapon mods, and here's the key, so remember this, don't forget this one crucial part. All of these are damage mods. You cannot put more than one type of a mod in any weapon. You can't put 2 scopes on one gun. You can't put 2 damage mods on one gun. So you have to choose. You cannot have them all, you have to choose. The same is for the armor. The armor is not made for all of your armor. You don't have to craft every single one of these. You don't have to make 6 juggernauts or 6 vampire. You don't have to do that. It's one chest piece. So we're going to talk about, let me see, I got the VIP hardcore chest. I'm going to modify it, and we're going to talk about the vampire HP regen mod. Now, without playing for a while and watching my health bar and letting you guys see how it really works, the best I can do, let's do this. Alright, so stat sheet without it, where's my HP regen? I don't even know if it actually shows on the sheet, but we'll try, we'll see. Healing per second is 0.25. So every 4 seconds, I get 1 health point. So every 4 seconds, be sure you follow me, every 4 seconds you get 1 health point. Now, let's go put the vampire on. We're going to modify it, we're going to slap the vamp in there, and then I'm going to put it on, pull up my stat sheet. Now I got 1.25 healing per second. That's effectively raised my resting healing rate by 4 times, because it's only 25 per tick. Now, start letting that sink in. 1 health per second added to what you can already do in the game, it adds up very fast. The idea of this mod is for you to be able to disengage, heal up, and re-engage the target. It's that simple. So, boss fight night, this particular mod is probably going to be on the priority list if you're going to go fight a frostbite apocalypse or any kind of custom zombies. This one needs to be up on the top of the list. Alright, so let's look at the next one. We're going to modify, we're going to drop that one. We're going to pick up the Juggernaut Health Armor mod. Watch my health. Boom, did you see that? I now have a larger health pool. I went from 171 to 11. What it does is Juggernaut just gives you flat health. If you want to be tanky, throw the Juggernaut on there. Maybe you don't want to play with the HP regen. Like, I prefer to play with military armor and the vampire or the Van Helsing. That's my play style. But these other guys that want to go in tanking with a shotgun and lead their party to victory, Juggernaut's the way to go for your tank. Now the next one is the Bone Breaker buff resistance mod. Let's just consider what this mod does. It makes it almost impossible for you to get the majority of negative debuffs. So you're not going to bleed anymore. If you get stunned, that means you did something wrong and you need to go put some points in elsewhere. It's an inconvenience prevention mod. The majority of us have died at some point in time by getting popped. So That's what that is. Stealth armor mod right here. So all it's going to do, the stealth armor mod's kind of interesting. It makes it to where I almost cannot be heard. I can't be heard. So with the stealth in, and I don't know if the stat sheet's going to cover stealth. I don't think so. But basically, the behind the scenes thing for the stealth armor is it decreases the area of detection where a zombie can detect you. With the stealth armor mod on and a machete in your hand, you can clear a prefab before they even know you were there. Let's talk about the next one. The last but not least, the Van Helsing one, and then we'll go ahead and do our $25 giveaway. After the $25 giveaway and the person is selected, you being the winner, get with me in Discord so that way we can link up, because I'm going to zip you some cash. Alright, moving on. Van Helsing Speed Stealth Armor Mod. It is what it says it is. It is speed and stealth. And it also has some other little perks that makes it to where stamina doesn't go down quite as fast. Now, my walking speed right now is one thing, and my run speed, because of the super speed 1, is another. Matter of fact, let me super speed. Let's see, debuff player, Lord Slaughter, super speed. Let's see if that gets rid of it. All right, good, cool deal. So now my walking and running is back to a normal pace. This mod makes it to where when I crouch, yeah, I don't get run speed. No, I don't want to turn on sticky keys. I don't get the run speed, but if you compare normal crouch to this crouch, I'm moving a lot quicker. Now, here's where this mod, that might not seem so great, but here's where this mod shines. I'm able to use my 2x damage bonus because I'm crouched. So, if I go into a prefab and there's a zombie while I'm crouched, I'm going to get my 2x bonus. I don't think you can get it if you got an admin gun, but let's find out. Oh, yeah, boom. Sneak, 2x bonus. Stealth goes back down, boom. Sneak, 2x bonus. Let stealth drop, boom. 2x bonus. That means I just popped that guy for 40,000 damage. Boom. 2x. Oh, that one didn't give it to me. Let's get the stealth dropped. This unsuspecting guy right here dropped like a bad habit. Yes, I'm using an admin gun. Doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get all of those zombies knocked out. So, this mod is not designed just for you to move quickly while crouched. The mod is designed for you to double your damage. So everybody misses the reason for the mod. The mod is to give you double damage. Now, last tip of the day. We're on the 59th minute, so we're done. Last tip of the day. PvP night. This is the mod you need to have. It doubles your damage. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go one step further. Alright, so we're going to take the AK and we're going to put a hunter mod on it. No, you're not allowed to use VIP items during PvP. But we're just using this for example. 85 damage. I put this bad boy in there. My damage goes up. Now, the other night I had a weapon in it. It went from 100 damage to 200 damage, putting the hunter mod in there. So I was at 200 damage, and this was when we were PvPing with the players that's trying to kill me. And here's how I got so many one-shots. Had the hunter, had Van Helsing. I crouch, which doubles my damage. That means I'm fixing to hit you in the head for 400 damage with one bullet. So there's your most important tip of the day and your little PvP tip. So when we do PvP. Alright, so here we go. We're wrapping it up. Before we go to the giveaway, I'm going to give everybody about 1 minute to go ahead and shoot any questions that you've got for me before we do the giveaway. Fire away. What do you guys got? What didn't make sense? What do you got a question about? And yes, I'm going to save this to a video, upload it to YouTube, post it in the guild, and tell everybody, read this if you want to know about mods. Or more like, watch this. I need to go put in checkpoints, matter of fact, so that way if somebody wants to know about a mod, we'll have checkpoints. I need to find a professional YouTuber so they can show me how to market. No questions, we'll give it just another minute. I know there's like a 10 to 15 second delay. Alright, Mr. Ohio, are you still here? Let's go see if Mr. Ohio's in Discord. Because I want the giveaway to be somewhat free. Or not free, obviously it's free, but I want it to be accurate. And I need to make sure I've got another party. Well, it looks like I'm going to do it by myself. Oh, Ohio is here. Hey, meet me in chat. So I'm going to go to the officers chat real quick, guys. I'm going to go link up with Mr. Ohio so that this will be fair. I don't think he's at work. We'll find out in a second.
Heads up, I got like 2 minutes till my pizza delivery guy gets here.
Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Everybody on stream, go ahead and type out, I love Primal Rage Gaming. Go ahead and type it out. Send it as many times and as fast as you want. The more times you do it, the more odds you are to be picked for the giveaway. Right now we're doing a $25 PayPal cash giveaway. All you got to do is type I love Primal Rage Gaming because I love them too. Type it out as many times as you want, and in about 7 or 8 seconds, Mr. Ohio is going to choose one of you. So I love Primal Rage Gaming. That's all you got to do. Type I love Primal Rage Gaming. Fill that chat box up with it as fast as you possibly can. Mr. Ohio, go ahead and give a countdown. And then when you're done with the countdown, I'm going to pick the last message that I seen. So go ahead and count it down.
We'll have some fun with this. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 1/4, 1. Done.
And it's Drained Damage. Drained Damage is going to be the one that has won. So Drained, go ahead and post for me on stream what your in-game name is. And then be sure that you also message me in Discord. We're going to link up. All I need is your PayPal address. I'm sending you $25 for hanging out with me. Thanks everybody else that joined us. It's been a great stream. And we're going to bounce. Y'all take care.